Greetings, this is Dr. Ellie Arabian again from Los Angeles, California, reaching out to my friends both in the United States and in Pakistan. Just to give you an update, it looks like I really have reached 5,000 friends, and even though there's an import of friendship requests, which I'm totally humbled about, unfortunately Facebook doesn't allow me to accept any more friends. So please forgive me. It's not that I'm being rude. And also same thing with the instant messaging. Even though I love connecting with you and hearing from you, my system is really getting inundated with instant messages that are just saying hi, hello. And there's absolutely no way for me to be able to respond to every single message that's coming in. So I would just ask you to, if you want to use the instant messaging as a way to connect with me, to either pose a question or a problem, and that way I can either email you back or bring it to this forum right here on Facebook and address it like this. Otherwise, beyond that, there's just absolutely no way for me to be able to respond to every single message. So forgive me, but there's only one of me and there's many of you. So continuing from last week's session where I talked about the two young men who posed interesting challenges to me, and I discussed it in terms of what I talk about in the book around the myth of biography and the limitations that are put on us based on the family that we are born into, and the belief systems that are developed and the values that are adopted, which are often very limiting in life. Because as you know, our full potential, our human potential, far surpasses what we think we can do. And part of this process is to really tap into that higher self and bring about answers to solutions that are more creative, that are more life-enhancing, and definitely more peaceful. So based on that, this week, I had another young man who contacted me and asked me for my advice. And he is a doctoral student living in northern Pakistan. And he said, I have two options to do my research on these two different areas, and I want to get your advice on which is the better one for me to study. And one of them is to study government or public schools versus private school settings. And the other is to study a village, a tribe in northern Pakistan where they are still pretty much hunters and gatherers and have very limited resources. And he's an anthropology student. So my question to him was, well, which one is your passion? Where do you see yourself 5 or 10 years from now? When you wake up in the morning, you can't wait to rush to work because you don't see it as work, and you could do it day in and day out and would be so happy doing that kind of work even if you didn't get paid. Which one feeds you, feeds your soul? Is it working with the school system and children, the future of children, or is it working with indigenous communities and helping them thrive and have more resources? So it was very interesting because in his response, he actually ended up repeating the same question to me. The same question that he posed to me was, well, my question to you is, which one should I study? So he completely missed what I was proposing to him, which is you need to take a look, or take inventory from within and see where you're headed internally, rather than focus on external factors. But I could tell that he just didn't quite know how to make that transition, or didn't understand the way my question was posed to him. And so that's why I'm bringing it up in this session, because maybe most of you know, especially the millennials, know that the longevity of most jobs or careers for the millennials is about 3 to 7 years. And then there's burnout, and then people want to quit and move on to the next career or job. Studies show that now. And the reason is because unlike our parents' generation or grandparents' generation, looking to external sources as a means of finding happiness and fulfillment is just not doing it anymore. So even if you get paid a lot of money, even if there's a lot of status, a high position, eventually within about 4 to 7 years, you get tired of that. So much so that you dread going to work and you think about quitting every day. We see that happening all the time in the United States, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's also happening in Pakistan. So this is where this information comes in that it's really crucial that you find that which is your true path in life by connecting with your passion. Of course, it's important to go to school and have higher education. I'm not doubting that or denying that. So definitely you need to have your degree in engineering or information technology or nursing, whatever you feel like is your calling. But that's only the first step. Once you get your degree in that profession, then you need to think about how you want to use that knowledge and that experience to further what you're really passionate about in life. So for example, I always loved connecting with people of different cultures. That was always my passion. And I also love talking about bettering oneself and improving the quality of life. Well, how do you get a degree in that? There's no one particular degree in that. But I went ahead and went to school and got my master's and eventually my doctorate degree in psychology, and then came out of school and gradually created a lifestyle where I get to do what I love and also make a living out of it. And I could do this day in and day out and even not get paid for it, but still feel that it gives me so much joy that I could do it for free. So that's an example of overcoming the myths of what our culture and our biography or the limitations that it puts on us, and instead learning to live a life that's internally motivated rather than externally directed. So this concludes my talk for this week. I hope to hear from you. Feel free to respond either through email or on my Facebook page. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.